Hey, shalom everyone. It's Amir Tsarfati. I'm here from Connect in Galilee. And these are breaking news and very important news, maybe the best news since the war has begun. So let me break it down to a few things. First of all, if you've been following me on Telegram, and I'm going to talk about Telegram in a few seconds because apparently there's a glitch and a problem and many of you cannot see it on your desktop, and I will explain what you can do about it. But if you've been following me in the last 48 hours, you know that Gideon's chariots operation is underway. And remember, I shared with you the map and the whole plan of first getting the civilian population from the northern part all the way down to the south to the humanitarian zone that we are creating. That's where we are going to create areas where we will distribute by American companies humanitarian aid, food and medication, everything. And once the civilian population is cleared, this is when we start the very powerful ground maneuver with tanks and artillery. And this is when we are going to destroy everything above the ground and under the ground. So in the past 48 hours, we began massive strikes from the sea, from the air, and from the ground, but from outside of Gaza, artillery, in order to do two things. One, to encourage the civilians to leave and to hit some key terrorists in the area. We've killed Yahya Sinwar's brother. We just heard reports that they found his body. We killed Yahya Sinwar's other brother, although they claim that he came back to life, but that's baloney. And we've killed the number 2 in Hamas in Gaza, which is Ahmad Shabana, who is the Brigadier General and the commander of the Rafah Brigade, who was hiding with Mohammed Sinwar in the same underground tunnel that we bombed on, I believe, Wednesday or Tuesday, actually, 5 days ago. So all in all, we're hitting the top leaders of Hamas in Gaza, we're hitting a lot of terrorists, and we are causing mass exodus of the Gazans from the northern part to the south. Over 300,000 already left in the past 48 hours. We are moving ahead with the first one. Now, Israel gave Hamas an extension of 24 more hours, which is until midnight today, Israel time, midnight. And this is when, if by then there is no progress for a deal, Israel is going to move with the most powerful ground maneuver ever. Tens of thousands of Israelis troops, IDF troops, are already waiting for the right moment to get the command to make the move. Now there's a twist in the plot. More and more and more reports are coming that Hamas is actually not interested in the Witkoff outline because they understand that dragging their feet caused them to lose everything, to lose their own leaders and their own families. So Hamas understands maybe this is the time to actually negotiate the complete end of the war. Do you understand what I'm saying? We're not talking about another deal. We're not talking about 2 months of ceasefire or 45 days of ceasefire. They actually are already going to talk to us about the end of the war. They want two things. In exchange for all the hostages, they want us, take a look, they want us to allow all of their leaders to leave safely with their families. And they want guarantees that we will not kill them. That's all they care about. They don't care about the Gazans, the kids, the women, the elderly. They care about their own families and themselves. And then they say that then they're willing to disarm. And now Israel is saying, yeah, but disarming is fine, but you don't disarm in stages immediately. Let go of your weapon. We will allow the leaders to leave, but let go of all of our hostages, which means our military pressure works, which means that from the very beginning, military pressure should have been the option, and the left progressive liberals They convinced then the Biden administration, that Israel should stop the war in order to get the hostages. They convinced those liberals in America that if America will hold weapons from Israel and will threaten Israel in the UN, then we will have a deal. Whereas us, we've always said it's the opposite. Hamas doesn't understand appeasement. Hamas doesn't understand giving up. Hamas understands power, strength. And that's exactly what we see right now. People who live in southern Israel say that the bombing in Gaza right now is even worse than the beginning of the war. They say that they've never heard such a pace of bombing all across the Gaza Strip. Hamas is being decimated, and they are now willing to move ahead and negotiate the end of the war. I hope you understand. We're no longer even in the Witkoff outline of only releasing part, and they understand that the longer they drag it, Israel will not commit to end the war, no matter what. Even in the Witkoff outline, we reserve the right to resume the war. So as long as Israel reserves the right to resume the war, and Israel indeed resumes the war, because we've done that twice, they understand that they're going to lose everything. So before they really truly lose everything, which means they lose their own life and their families' lives, they understand that they need to reach a point where they can freely leave. And this is an amazing thing. Amazing thing. There's a chance that we're going to see an important visit. We're not sure. Maybe J.D. Vance, Vice President, might come after the Pope's inauguration. Maybe not. But I'm telling you, the next 12 hours, maybe even less, by the time you see this video, even half the time, Hamas will have to reach a crucial decision. Witkoff outline, which is releasing on the spot 10 living hostages and half of the dead ones in exchange for 45 days of ceasefire, and yet Israel reserved the rights to resume the fire. Or Hamas will say, there's no point of dragging it for too long. We're losing our lives, we're doing the lives of our own families. Why don't we just negotiate the end of the war right now, and that's it? The Prime Minister's office just issued an interesting press release. I've never seen it before. They said that we are actually willing to negotiate with Hamas either the Witkoff outline or the complete end of the war, which means everybody understands that that's on the table. Phenomenal. Now let me tell you something. Over the last 4 weeks, we've lost about 6,000 subscribers on Telegram, and it's not because people leave. It's because Telegram changed the way they do things on a desktop. You used to just take my link, paste it on the browser, and immediately see my Telegram. Telegram stopped it. Now you need to download the Telegram app on your desktop. It's free. And if you do that, you'll be able to follow me again and see the news. Please, if you follow me not on the mobile phone or your iPad, but on your desktop, please download your desktop Telegram app and you will be able to follow me even on your desktop, okay? Do that, and that will bring you back. Because a lot of you are writing, yeah, I can't see you again, I can't find you again. It's because Telegram changed the settings. And now you cannot just do it without having the Telegram app on your desktop. Do that, it will help you. Huge things are about to happen. You want to know what is happening and when it's happening. Do me a favor, get the Telegram app on your desktop and follow me there. It is the most crucial period since the war started right now. You don't want to miss what's going on. All right? Another thing I want to tell you, God performed a miracle. A miracle. This unexpected, smaller, thinner book that we just came up with, the Israel Decree, which is the most pro-Israel book you can ever find. became a New York Times bestseller. And why is it such a miracle? Because the New York Times is against Israel, and it's because the New York Times is against Israel during this war. In other words, any content such as the one we have normally is not favored by the New York Times, more so during this war. It's a double miracle. And it's because so many of you decided to go and get the book, and even that progressive liberal newspaper could not ignore it. This is an amazing thing, and I want to thank you for it. But it's not the end. I'm not intoxicated by the title. Now we need to spread the truth. Now it's not enough to have a title. We want to get the news. We want to get the truth out to the people. So you can go to theisraeldecree.com, get this book. It's now a New York Times bestseller. Give it to as many people as you can. Help me to spread the truth. I love you. Thank you. God bless you. And please share this video. Shalom.